We had set our eyes on a major, major contract, a multi-million-dollar contract. We put in the bid. Department of the Navy came back to us and says, we have some questions and answers, some deficiencies. We want you to correct it. So at that time, this was our first major contract. Right away to correct the deficiencies make me know that we're at least in the running up. So then I went to my husband and we decided, we had met somebody in one of the many conferences. We picked up the card, we called him up and says, look, we have some deficiencies here. We need to go back to the Navy in 48 hours with the answers. What can you do for us? That was the longest 48 hours. We all stayed together on a Saturday afternoon over pizza, putting everything on the wall, quick action, put the thing together and submit it to the Navy. And then after 30 days, the Navy came back and said, you won the contract. We screamed, we're glad, we're happy. It was our first multi-million-dollar contract. Then there was a protest filed. We were supposed to start 30 days after notification, and somebody else filed a protest. So during the protest, the government has to answer, and the start date has to be that 30 days. But we were also told that if the protester won, we didn't get the contract. So here's the decisiveness. Do you go and borrow a lot of money and get ready that you believe you will start it? Or do you wait till you get the phone call? So we did one thing. We're not going to wait. We believe this is ours. So we went, we borrowed money, we bought the stuff, we put it in a warehouse, we leased the space and everything. And then a week to start in the contract, we called. And the government said, we haven't got an answer yet. And I said, so are we still on? I'm using a date. Are we still on for September 1? They said, yes, you're still on for September 1. You're still on for September 1, you're still out, depending on what GAO says, what the decision would be. Then 3 days. Should I return everything that I have bought back and lose some money? Or should I sit on it? We decided, well, take the risk. We're going to return. So we called the vendors back. We said, it's 3 days. It doesn't look like we're going to get a contract. Maybe the process won, so we're going to have to give it up. Called the landlord and says, it looks like I might not have this place. Take back your things and let's look for another job. 24 hours, we got the phone call at about 11 a.m. that the protest was dismissed, and we're about to start the contract on a Saturday morning at 6 a.m. with the commissary. Whoa, talking about being aggressive. Call the vendors again. Woman, do you know what you're doing? Yes, I do know what I'm doing. I won the contract. Please join me. Come on the train. We got the contract. Have to recruit employees. All the employees that I've said, doesn't look like we called them back in. Checked into a hotel for 3 months. I had just given birth to my last daughter. So motherhood came in. Have to leave my child with my husband. 2 hours from my home, stayed at the Days Inn in a one room, was putting 20 hours a day, recruiting, supplies and everything, because there is no way I could go back to the Navy and said, you should have told me a week ago, you should have told. Their bottom line is, you have the contract, you start Saturday morning. We did. So it's very important that when you're in there and there's a crisis, and a storm or weather or whatever, you as a leader gotta believe that you have the raincoat, you have the armor, you have the shield, and you're gonna protect everything around you, and nothing is gonna bring you down. So once you have that ammunition with you, I think night will turn into day, and nobody from the outside will know about your problems because it's not their problems. The goal is to make sure that things get done, and the goal is to make sure that if you get a phone call in 24 hours to clean 200 buildings, I have made the sale, I have made the bid, I have convinced you, the buyer, that I could do it. So what if you give me a minute? That is not their problem. I've already made the conviction, and the employees are following you. So with that in mind, I tell every business owner and everybody that wants to go into business. Making the sale pitch is one thing, but be careful what you ask for, because if it falls on your lap, you can't just say, oh my goodness, I got burned and I have bruises all over the place. The customer don't want to hear that. Business decisions require fast, aggressive, decisive action, and trust me, you better be in control.